Hello my beautiful Capricorn, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading all about you. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Capricorn, this is a little bonus reading all about you. Us tarot readers, we tend to talk about money, love, career, but we never ask how are you doing. So this reading is going to address that. We're going to look at what you're going through right now, how you're moving through this time period, and what's on the other side. Also, I've just opened up a second competition to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. So let's get straight to it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Capricorn? What do they need to know right now? Can you please show me what they are going through, how they're moving through this time period, what's on the other side of what they're going through, and what are they overcoming at this moment in time? Now we have the Moon card there, so very much in a very sensitive mood. Some of you may be really deeply reflecting on your path, looking at your independence, trying to exert yourself in certain ways, really going through the shadow self as well. It's a time of change and metamorphosis for you because it is your starting position. Now, of course, your crossing card is the 7 of Cups, so you've got a lot of options, but some of you may feel that your options are limited at this time, or perhaps there's something here that you feel you are hesitant to commit to. You may feel uncertain about it, whether it's like a job contract or relationship, or perhaps it's a neighborhood, or perhaps it's a way of life. Something feels a little bit uncertain, and you're kind of really analyzing it at this time, deeply in thought. Now, of course, jobs, money, career, love, all of those things are outside of yourself to some degree. I feel, of course, love is within you, but I feel this is about you looking at your options and making big decisions. I also see that a lot of you are asking a question right now, like, why does everything have to be so hard? Why is it so difficult? I feel with that 2 of Pentacles on your earthly position, you are doing a lot. You are, basically multitasking. You're trying to keep your life in balance. You're trying to make everything work. And it almost feels like once you're focusing on one thing, another thing comes along and you have to focus on that as well. So I feel a lot of you are looking at life in general and how you're making it work. I feel like you are in a very thoughtful phase of your life, trying to find an easier way of doing things. But ultimately, I feel like you're in a period of knowing yourself in a deeper way, because that Moon card is all about the self. It's about dreams and goals. It's also about you looking at the things that you commit yourself to and, how you want to retain a sense of independence on something. Now, it almost feels like you're under construction in some way in your life. I feel like you're about to make some radical changes, and these could be financial in related issues is what I see, because I feel some of you are looking at your money at this time and trying to increase your finances. Of course, this is something that is outside of yourself, but I feel this is more about your investment in things and people and situations that you really care about, and really being like discerning, being decisive about what it is that you want to spend your time doing. You're not a time waster. You like to always be moving forward, but I feel right now you're in a period of rumination in order to have either a new focus, or perhaps you are investigating a different way of life or a different way of living. It could be that you are looking at monumental change in your life in some way. And you know it's not going to be easy, but I feel like you're definitely up to the challenge. So whatever it is you're going through right now, look at that. We've got that Prince of Wands. So you're creating your destiny. Yeah, that Three of Swords, I'm not surprised to see it there. I feel there's an energy of you looking at why things are so difficult. I also see that some of you could have been analyzing something that someone has said to you, something that weighs on your mind occasionally. Now, you don't tend to let anyone live rent-free in your mind, especially if they are a negative influence. You tend to be really focused on your goals. And of course, if you're wounded by something, because I feel either there's a misunderstanding or someone has said something to you that really wounded you, and you're really analyzing it at this time. Remember, sometimes we unfortunately have to get really comfortable with not having an answer to something or not realizing why a person did it. So if we go round and round in circles and ask like similar questions or try and dissect something from different angles, sometimes we come up with the same answer, that, either we are unsure or we don't know, or there could be many possibilities. But if we let our sort of imagination run wild, then sometimes we can make things more amplified than they need to be. So I feel if there is someone who has caused you a direct wound, or there has been a misunderstanding, I mean, this doesn't have to be like something major. It could be like a small misunderstanding at work and it's been on your mind. Or maybe it's a person that you're really close to. They said something, you're like, why did they say it like that? I feel a very direct, honest, open conversation to really clear the air is going to occur for you. And I feel it just sets you free from this thought pattern, okay? So I'm just going to move away from the energy, because ultimately I feel like you're looking at what drains you in life, because your starting position is the Moon and your final card there is the Prince of Wands. So I feel like you're taking charge of your energy, looking at what drains your energy. These could also be over-analyzing, processes that can really weigh down your energy, especially if you are trying to make a decision on something right now and you're currently in a period of analysis paralysis. I mean, you don't tend to be a sign who stays in that energy for long. It does depend, of course, on your other aspects in your chart, but I feel like you may have to make a decision right now about something, and you're looking at your options, and there may be two that you've kind of like brought it down to, two that you really want to look at, analyze it, and then choose. But investigation is the way before you make that decision. And your decision may actually shock a lot of people, but that's okay, because this is your life and you're taking charge of it and you're doing what is best for you at this time, okay? So let's see, your starting card is the Moon card. So this is all about your dreams, your goals, your wishes, but also this is about the uncertainty of the path ahead. So it can be that right now you're checking in with yourself, you're aware that, sometimes when we are not sure of the next steps on a path, that can create fear, because anxiety is when we live in the future. Like, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Of course, like, I can't read for myself, for example. I can read for other people. I can see for other people. I can pick up energy for other people. But for me, unless it's critical, I'll have a knowingness about something, or maybe an instant flash of premonition before something will directly affect me. But normally, if I'm doing like cards, tarot, things like that, I can't actually read for myself. I have to use a different kind of practice to be able to tap into knowingness for myself. So when you're thinking about the next steps on your path, you're trying to tap into your intuition, that knowingness, and I feel like you're overcoming fear, but you're also breaking down illusion at this time, because these are two cards that can connect to illusion. You're seeing things as they truly are. On the earthly plane, you've got the Pentacles energy, which means, we can have dreams and goals, but right now I feel those dreams and goals, they are achievable for you. You're setting a plan in motion to make it happen, but right now you're looking at what you got to work with, okay? So I feel like you're looking at your resources, what's possible right now. For example, if you're the sort of person who wants to be an entrepreneur, and I only say that because we got that Prince of Wands energy, which is the equivalent of the Knight of Wands, that's the go-getting spirit. What you have in your mind, you can have in your hand kind of energy. And, sometimes we have a great vision of what we want to create, but we look at what we've got right now and think, well, how am I going to get from here to there? Don't give up the dream. Think big, dream big, because it is possible, but you must start with the resources that you got right now, even if it's one step towards something. For example, if you want to write a great novel, right, you have to start with the first word. You have to start with an idea. You have to not know sometimes where it's going to go. Maybe you're doing like little plot points about where you want the arc of the story to go. For some of you, it could be that you want to be like a millionaire, right? Let's just put it out there. And you're like, well, how am I going to get there? Well, what am I passionate about? What is the plan? What do I really love doing? What am I capable of doing in this moment to set me on the road to accomplishing those dreams and goals? So I feel a lot of you are just looking at what you've got right now, but also making sure that you do not lose sight of the dream or the goal or what is obtainable. Because sometimes we get a little bit deflated when we think about what we want and what we got right now. How are we going to get there? Don't think about how you're going to get there. Put the first step in motion, and the universe will take 10 steps towards you, because the moon card really means there are hidden blessings on the way. Something is aligned with you right now that you're not even aware of, and it will reveal itself when the moment is right. Now, also with this card, it is your starting card. I'm actually seeing sunglasses in the water right now, so this could be relevant in some way. Maybe you've just literally listened to this reading, you've just picked up your sunglasses, I'm not sure, but it could be that you feel a need for privacy right now. You know, you're feeling a bit withdrawn, you need some alone time. Perhaps, there is something you're working on that you want to keep to yourself and you're operating in stealth mode. It could be that you're actually protecting yourself or your energy from prying eyes. Maybe you're working on something in private, or perhaps you're going through a private transformation right now and you just don't want people, getting in the way of that. I mean, for some of you, it could literally be that, you are currently contemplating going on a vacation, so you're prepping for that. I actually feel that looking at your energy, it's more that your future is bright and you're really preparing yourself for that, okay? There's a lot of success and not just encouragement from the energy, but accomplishment. So whatever that is, it doesn't have to be related to money, love, career. It can be a personal accomplishment that you have in motion right now, and you're going to feel really proud of yourself that you took charge of your energy and you made it happen. Remember, the moon card is a thought form. It is the vision that starts to formulate in the subconscious mind, but also then the conscious mind, and then it becomes a reality. This is about making the dream. As you can see there, the crustacean is coming out of the water. Water tends to represent dream, visions. Sometimes visions are called like illusions, but actually I think it's really important to recognize that, a vision, it's not an illusion if it has a plan attached to it. And this crustacean, it takes it to the land. And basically, that means that you are making, a vision a reality because you're attaching a plan to something. So it could be that you want to relocate. You want to retire in the Maldives, for example. And you're like, well, that's the vision. And that's not just a pipe dream. It's something that you're working towards. And then you put a strategy in place in order to work towards it. Also, I feel with this card, sorry, they're just give me something else. One moment, please. All I'm seeing is someone like waving the sunglasses. So it's almost like I haven't quite hit the nail on the head with the sunglasses. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you're actually looking at your eyes or going to see a practitioner about your eyes, or a sunglasses prescription, perhaps. Maybe I'm not going to get it. I got to be honest with you. I'm not just going to make something up. I can just see someone like waving glasses. So not unless you left your glasses somewhere and someone is going to like say, hey, you left your glasses here. Yeah, I'm not really sure. So I'm just going to leave that and move on. If I get it, come back again and I can actually pinpoint it, I really will. But this moon card, there's another energy which is attached to comfortable energy in your life, convenience, sometimes that kind of slips into complacency, and also that level of independence, because the moon has a dog and a wolf on the card, and it's like having the balance between comfort and individuality and independence. So I feel the path is being made clear for you to have the best of both worlds in something. For some of you, this is a sense of duality. It can mean that you're attaching yourself to a lot of things right now, because the Seven of Cups, this is a card of, choices. It really means that, you are looking at your desires, your visions, your daydreams, and, you're seeing what's possible. I've already mentioned that. But it is a crossing card. So this is a really positive card to have in this position, because it means, there's a lot on your mind right now, and you're looking at what's possible or what's right for you. And it's like you're cutting out things that perhaps you feel are the illusion. For example, some of you may be looking at friendships where you feel that they're only present when you're going through the good times, or they only want to share great times with you, when you're being really successful, and you're like, hang on a minute, that person's never there when I'm going through the darkness or when I'm going through a difficult period. For some of you, it could be that you're just being really honest with yourself right now and saying, okay, I need to get clear on what I want, and now you're super focused, because it means that if you've had a period recently with the Moon card and the Seven of Cups, this can mean that some of you have been fluctuating in your energy or your moods, and it could be that you're trying to dissect or analyze or pinpoint what is causing it. So it could be that you find that either it's something that you are digesting at this time, because cups, of course, are connected to either, beverages or something that perhaps you drink or ingest in some way. So it could be something that you feel is a little bit off right now, and it's not working with your hormones or your emotions, and it's like staircasing or fluctuating. It's almost like I get this energy of like an intense spike and then sudden drop in energy. And I feel like you're looking at that from a personal level right now. And I feel like you're trying to cut it out, or at least mediate it, so that you have a little bit of what you like, but at the same time not go overboard with it there as well. Okay, now also, some of you are looking at the idea of commitment in general. And this is not just in relationships, this is in friendships, connections with people. And I feel like you're someone who's very consistent. You're someone who tends to be there for people. You're very personable. Doesn't mean that, you want to be around people all the time. You need your own personal space. But at the same time, you're looking and learning that, your investment in a person or a situation is not necessarily the same investment that another person can offer as well. And that to some degree may have disappointed you. So I feel like you're trying to temper the way that you invest in friendships or relationships, because you tend to give a lot of yourself, and you may start to notice, or you have noticed over the last couple of years, that people don't invest back in the same way. And now, as you start to spiritually evolve, because you have a card of awakening here with the Tower, it can indicate that you're seeing people and situations in a new light, where you're really being discerning about reciprocity and making sure that there is balance and harmony in your life as well. Now, we do have that Two of Pentacles there. For some of you, I'm getting an energy that you're super busy, okay? Life is challenging, it's hard, and you're just trying to spin all those plates in life. And this card, it does mean that you're trying to find that rhythm of life where you get the best of both worlds. Having fun, but also, working really hard to make your dreams become a reality, or working hard to invest in yourself and make some personal changes. But the Two of Pentacles is actually really positive in this sense, because when you have the Moon card and the Seven of Cups, it kind of is indicating that you may be thinking about doing something, or you yearn to do something, or you're dreaming about accomplishing something, but you're not sure how it's going to go. And the Two of Pentacles says trust in the universe, because it is a shaper of what is to come, and things are going to develop in really unexpected but very interesting ways. This is a card that indicates an adaptability. Remain flexible, because you're about to be presented with some really exciting options, and I feel these are things that are going to take away a sense of boredom, a lethargy, or an energy of same. Okay, so I feel you are trying to reignite that lust for life, and I feel that's going to be something that's going to happen very, very soon there as well. Now, of course, I feel for some of you, this is about your ships coming in. I feel this is about you attaching to experiences. And I get a sense here that there may be an option, or two in particular I see, where there's like the big experience or the small experience. So I'm getting this energy of go big or go home, but I feel like you're going to be going big and going home. Okay, so that's an energy that I feel is very, very positive there as well. Now, of course, some of you may be looking at your finances from a practical point of view, and you feel that your money is fluctuating right now. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. You're noticing when a payment comes in, a payment is certainly going out, and this could be on bills. You may be noticing that, of course, the price of things are higher than usual. And you're being really careful with your finances, being very consistent with your savings plans, and you're just maybe making sure that you pay your bills on time. And I feel this is also a time where you're making sure that you don't do any overspending. Doesn't mean you're not treating yourself from time to time, but I just feel like you're being very clever with your resources that you have at this moment in time. Now, in the past position, we've got the Star. So you've been doing a lot of healing, a lot of really looking at yourself, getting clarity about what you want, and really opening yourself up to other experiences, because I feel like, variety is the spice of life. But also the star energy is something you're wishing for. So you've either put a wish in motion, you've asked the universe for something, and you're unclear as to whether it's going to work out for you. But I see that you're going to be pleasantly surprised with that Tower and the Prince of Wands, because it seems like it's a positive outcome. This is in the next 6 weeks position. So that Tower is restructure, change, but it may require a leap of faith or you to be very flexible about this occurrence. And I will pull a card on it. But the outcome is the Prince of Wands, which means that you are taking charge. There's a new adventure in front of you, and you're going to be very excited about how things work out for you, because it feels like it's directly related to the star, which of course is a wish alignment, but also it is an energy here of you kind of like recognizing that the future is bright. You've prepared for something, or you're preparing for something, and it's going to work out in your favor. Now, of course, some of you have definitely been tested. I feel that there has been an energy of despair sometimes, maybe even a test of faith from time to time. You don't tend to be someone who peacocks yourself. You don't shout about your accomplishments. You don't shout about all the things that you are really proud of. You just get busy living and doing your thing. But I feel like you're being encouraged more to step into the spotlight, to shine your light, because you may have had experiences where people tried to dull your shine in some way, and this is because they actually find you very intimidating. Okay, don't ever change your wonderful self. Anyone who is trying to knock you is because they feel like you are above them. Nobody knocks the person who is below them. They always knock the person who is above them. So if you were bullied when you were younger, I feel this is because actually you are highly attractive. You gain a lot of attention, whether you feel like you are attractive or not. Someone has seen that in you, and I feel actually lots of people see that in you. You have lots of options when it comes to love, even though you may not see it, because the star energy is in the past. So it can be that right now, especially if you're looking for love, it can be that right now, you're not really sure about love. Love has not been kind to you, or it hasn't worked out the way you'd hoped for. You're very self-sufficient, very independent, and I feel like you may actually meet someone where it is love at first sight. Okay, and I feel with that Prince of Wands energy, you may think at first that it's a fling, or that it is something very exciting, and you're not putting any attachments to it because you want it to develop organically. So I feel there that there is a potential for you to meet someone, but it starts off as a flirtation, and I'll have to pull a card on it because right now I can't see if it goes any further than a flirtation. So if you are looking for love, I see flirty energy around you, but it's also a meeting of minds, and I feel feelings may actually catch you both off guard. So it's almost like both of you, perhaps you're not each other's usual type, or maybe it's that you are put in a situation with this person, either in a group of people or at work or in the neighborhood, or in some sort of scenario where you meet this person and you're just not expecting anything from the situation, and there's a spark, okay, that gets explored, let's put it that way. And then I'll just have a look a little bit later on to see what else is going on there for you. But ultimately, I feel with the Star and the Tower, because these are major arcana cards, and you have a lot of major arcana cards going on here, I feel this is a big time of change for you, where you're trusting your intuition. You're making some radical changes in your life to restructure or rebuild after a difficult period, and I feel like you're in charge of things. I feel this is a card of new ideas, new ways of doing things, and it's also a card of transcending all the difficulties that you've been going through. So with this card, I feel there's an eagerness, okay? Some of you may be actually paying a lot of attention to where you give your time and your energy, and who drains it, what drains it, so that you can remain more in charge of your schedule or your day-to-day. Or, for example, if it's a family member who you absolutely love and you always want to be there for that person, I feel like you are not changing that dynamic, but at the same time, I feel like you're honoring your own needs as well, because I feel there may not be enough time in the day for you to do everything. So I feel like you're trying to structure your day in order to make sure that your needs are met as well, because that is also very important. Now, the Princess of Swords is a card of course, an idea or, something that perhaps has come as a sudden thought is starting to formulate. So again, I feel the structure here. It's about strategizing the plan. It's about paying attention, considering your options, and it's about digging a little bit deeper in life. And I feel life is about to get very interesting for you. For some of you, I feel you may be called to write things down, journal, or perhaps have a diary, or maybe you're actually writing things about your life that will benefit other people. This could be a book that you're writing, a screenplay, but I feel words really benefit you because this is about you owning your truth, speaking your truth, but also living your life according to your truth. So I feel this is about you being really direct about what it is that you want. And I'm also being given this, and I was actually given this, I should have written it down and I didn't, so I can't really call it right now. But I would have been showing you a piece of paper if I had written it down. There's something in your home space that perhaps you have been burning, or is like, it could be like some sort of, I want to say that it's like an air freshener type thing, or it just feels, and I can smell it, it feels very much like it's something that is purifying the environment that you're in, but it's actually something that's like got a hidden nasty in it, if that makes sense. So for example, if you're burning a candle and you're like, oh, that kind of smells nice, and then you let it burn for a long time, and it's like, oh, over the day or so you're like, oh, my nose or my throat started to get a little bit dry or a little bit sore, or I'm just getting that. I mean, it could even be one of those things that you plug in, or it could be something that you're using as a cleaner agent. So please pay close attention to any substance that you've used that you thought, oh, it's kind of nice, but it's either affected your throat or your nose area, because I feel it's something that perhaps either is just having a reaction with you, or it could be something that perhaps has a hidden nasty. Okay, I just feel it's got something in there that's not really agreeing with you. So that may not resonate with everyone, but that's just come out, and it's something that when I came to your reading, it was actually on my mind before I even did the 10-minute meditation. But I thought, oh, that's a interesting thought, and I don't like to bring any outside influences to your reading. I only accept what is coming through as I do the reading, but normally I write it down, and I didn't today. So let's move on from that. Just thought I'd mention it. Now, in the near future, we have the Tower. Some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck. So whether it's stuck in making a decision or stuck in your current environment or your current situation, this is a liberation point. It's a breakthrough, and it means that you're suddenly releasing yourself from something that felt very present, very comfortable, but also very austere or stale. Okay, so, sometimes, especially with the Tower, we can actually build our own prison of comfortableness that slips into complacency. When something just feels like, okay, I reached that pinnacle point in my life and I've accomplished that and it's great and that's what I wanted. And it feels nice, it feels balanced, it feels harmonious, but what next? Because if you stay in an energy for too long, yes, it feels comfortable, but suddenly we start to slip into feeling a bit bored, unstretched, disappointed. Expectations start to flail a little bit. We get a bit discouraged. We start to not slow down, but we start to get in a bit of a funk. So if you felt that you've been in a little bit of a funk in some area of your life, the Tower is releasing you. This is also a card of shocking changes, epiphanies, paradigm shifts. Something is changing within you to basically shake up things. And I'm just going to pull a card on it because the Tower, it can represent a shock, but it can also represent, a nice surprise that's going to help you on your path. So let me just see what it means for you. The Tower energy, can you please clarify this Tower in the near future for my beautiful Capricorn? Yeah, the Four of Cups is a card of boredom, or, looking at your options and feeling like nothing really is making you feel excited right now. It just feels everything's oversaturated. It just feels like your expectations have been met. And suddenly with that Four of Cups, the universe surprises you with something unexpected. So, I feel this is positive for you. I feel that this is out of a period of turbulence because look at that cloud. The hand of the universe delivers divine intervention. So this could be love. It could be, a development personal development for you. It could be a career, it could be money related, but ultimately the universe is here to help you. The universe is here to work with you rather than against you. And sometimes when we are given major reconstructive energy in our life, sometimes we try and hold on, especially if there is radical change. Many years ago when my life radically changed, at first I was like trying to hold on to these things, and I'm going, well, I need that job because I need to pay the bills, and I know it's really toxic, and I know that person's really hurting me, and I know that I'm basically wasting away in this place, but I need to pay the bills. So I was like holding on to something that was basically hurting me and not valuing what I had to offer, the career sector, and basically they were treating me awfully. And every time I mentioned it to someone, what I dealt with day to day, they were like, why are you working there? This is awful. But I was like, well, they pay really well, and the universe basically said, if you do not heed the signs, then we are going to nudge you right off that fence. And we're going to send you a tower. That's major reconstruction energy. And it means everything that you knew before will be just taken away, and you will rebuild. And when you rebuild, it will be better because we want to offer you something greater. So if I could go back to that period in my life where I was holding on too tightly, I held on really tightly for a good couple of years before I was sent that tower. I would have probably let go a little bit earlier if I knew what was to come, and it was way better than I had before. So I feel this is about you letting go of something that's been hurting you, or you're really looking at situations that drain you or just are not helping you be your best self or live your best life. And the universe rewards you for being closed off to things that perhaps are not resonating with you right now. So we do have that Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles can indicate that right now it's pretty difficult and you are asking for a sign, a symbol, or an omen from the universe to let you know if you're on the right path. Well, that was your omen. If you literally look up the Four of Cups, it means an omen from the universe, or you are going to achieve what you expect because the universe does not want to disappoint you, wants to help you and offer you what it is that you feel is the missing ingredient from your life. So I feel your prayers will be answered. But this card can indicate that you're worried about something. So for some of you, you've had some unwellness recently. Could be that you've gone through a procedure and you've taken a long time to heal. Please take the time that is necessary to heal, because you will be back to your revived spirits when the time is right. Do not try to come back too early, because if you try to do that, there will be a setback, okay? Also, with the Five of Pentacles, I feel a lot of you, if you have had abandonment issues in your life that you're healing right now, I feel like you're conquering those thoughts and you're moving away from that energy and you're reprogramming your mind in some way, because you have that High Priestess there. You're learning from the past to reprogram in order to strengthen your present position, and that will affect your future happiness. And I feel there's a lot of freedom from anything that has been difficult that you've been dealing with in the past. For some of you, you may have sought a consultant or thought about therapy, or just talk to someone that you really care about and trust with your truth. And this could really help you open up and purify, because there's a lot of purifying energy here. But also, I feel a lot of you are looking at what you have to offer in life that other people do not. Okay? And I feel this sets you apart from other people. You're a wonderful friend. You're a really great person. You're someone who has a lot of intelligence. You tend to think outside the box. You've always got a plan. And even when you feel like you're not sure if the plan is going to work, you launch yourself in there anyway to make it work. You're the sort of person who's come to this lifetime to shake things up a little bit, not just for yourself, but the people around you. And they benefit from that energy as well, because you actually kickstart them into being in the flow. You're bold and daring, and you're a doer. So that's what really is an asset in life. But also with this Five of Pentacles, this can indicate that, things have been hard. There's been a bit of a struggle. For some of you, you're looking at the people who depend on you to show up every day and be your wonderful self. And that can feel like a lot of responsibility. So I feel like you take charge of that responsibility and you show up. But I also see that some of you will change your structure or your schedule in a way that benefits you and the person that you care for. And I feel there's just happier times ahead, and I just feel there's more energy for you to do something for you as well. To follow your passions is what I heard. But let me just pull a card on that Five of Pentacles, because of course that can indicate that money's tight right now and you're trying to just save what you can, and prepare yourself for any like future financial fluctuations. You're being very savvy with your finances, but you know, you're going from a Two of Pentacles to a Five of Pentacles, which means that there is increase when it comes to finances, but also, you know, it means that some of you are looking at alternative forms of abundance right now. So when you're looking at your options, you could have overlooked a treasure, or you could have overlooked something, or perhaps this is just a different way of living life, and suddenly new ideas will be illuminated to you and you can take an alternative path, because that Moon card is about the alternative. You're choosing between a comfortable path, something that's tried and tested, and then the alternative path that is a little bit maverick, a little bit different, but also there's a path right down the middle and you've got the Two of Pentacles. Can you have the best of both worlds? A lot of you are going to be like, yeah, you can, and you will. So the King of Swords, you know, these are your thoughts. So this can be limiting belief systems or thoughts. Sometimes the negativity comes in. It's about quietening the inner critic. We all are plagued occasionally with negative thoughts, especially about ourselves, especially when we feel like we're not exactly where we feel like we should be right now, because you put so much effort into your life. But there is a plan, and this plan, you know, you're going to have a breakthrough here where things are going to get a little bit more exciting, where you're going to accomplish great things, and your thoughts, your plans are actually coming into fruition. They are going in motion to become something in the earthly plane. Reality. It becomes a reality there. The King of Swords is also an influencer. You know, it is you being a leader, taking charge of not just your thoughts, but also of your life in general, putting that plan into motion and, you know, learning about your foundations and stability. We've got the Three of Wands there as well. So this could be the future. You know, Three of Wands tends to mean that you've accomplished quite a bit and you're currently watching and waiting for the next steps of your plan, whether it is to relocate or whether it is to, you know, launch something. Maybe it's just a new way of living. You're watching and waiting. And that Three of Wands, sometimes, because I am clarifying the Five of Pentacles, you know, when we get in our head, because King of Swords is, you know, the epitome of like thoughts governing your day-to-day, and you tend to have like millions of thoughts a mile a minute. And with that Three of Wands, if your mind is always in the future, okay, that can create a level of anxiety, fear, worry, and it can make us feel like we don't know how we're going to get to where we want to be. So I would say living in the present moment, this is something that you're learning about right now, and although it's hard, you know, we all live in the past sometimes, we all live in the future sometimes. Sometimes we really need to ground ourselves in the present moment. We can always like project our visions to what we want in the future, but don't dwell there, because sometimes it can feel overwhelming when you feel like you don't have the resources right now to get to where you want to be, but you are working hard on it. Know that your visions are becoming a reality and that you are on track to reach your goals and your plans are taking shape, and there's nothing to worry about, okay? Also, if you're worried about health or worried about, because we saw the sunglasses earlier. Well, you didn't. I wish I could show you what I see, but I saw the sunglasses there for you. Some of you could be looking at, you know, seeing a practitioner about your eyes in some way, and I feel this could be about eye pressure as well. For some of you, it could be eye pressure. Maybe if you've been getting some sort of like migraines, and if it's something you're worried about, because the Five of Pentacles can be a card of worry, I would definitely check in with a practitioner, someone who's medically trained to give you their advice. And I just feel like they may just keep like a note of it. I don't feel it's critical right now, but they may just actually just keep monitoring it for you, okay? So I'll move away with respect from that energy. This is the external circumstances position, and it's the High Priestess. So this is about trusting your intuition, but this is the energy of learning from the past in order to enlighten your present moment to affect your future position. So this is you tapping into a groundedness, but also receiving a lot of downloads, new ideas. Trust all these left field ideas that are coming to you because they're given to you for a reason. But also with this card, this is about spiritual practices and to have faith, okay? Because there is a divine purpose. We all have free will, of course, but there are plot points that we need to get to in this lifetime that we've sort of agreed on before we came to the earthly plane. And I feel like, you are, for some of you, you're reviewing the contract and saying, okay, can I like negotiate this part because it's not going the way that you hope for right now, but actually you're going to see that it works out better than you thought it would in the first place, okay? But also with this High Priestess, I get an energy of caution. So it could be that you're keeping a close eye on the world right now and you're cautious about the trajectory it's heading in. And, you're basically focusing on your own plans, getting a strategy in place to make sure that you are financially secure or that you protect your finances. Or perhaps for some of you with that Princess of Swords, this can mean that you're making major lifestyle changes to either connect more to the internet or online businesses or the ether in some way. Maybe it's community based, or some of you are, watching documentaries about the unknown, or you are developing your spiritual practices through rituals, or, for mindfulness, because I'm getting a lot of energy about mindfulness. So it could be meditative practices or, yoga or Pilates or Reiki or something that quietens the mind and also affects the body in some way. So I feel a lot of you are thinking about that right now as well. Am I getting anything else with this card? I mean, the High Priestess is a card of mystery. So it can be that you are making all these changes in private right now, and when the moment is right and you feel really charged up and ready to reveal whatever it is you've been working on, whether it's yourself, personal investment in your body, mind, and soul, or whether it is a business idea, or whether it's a relocation or a financial move, whatever it is, I feel like, when the moment is right, you shall reveal. You're working quietly in silence on something. And we do have the hope and a fear position, okay? So the Three of Swords in this position, I'm getting an energy of like, haven't you been through enough already? When does the good stuff start? When does fun, joy, spontaneity occur? Well, with that Prince of Wands energy, I feel it's not too far away. I feel like you are releasing any burdens or anything that has been difficult. I feel this is a card in the Three of Swords position for the hope and fear. It basically means that be prepared because, things are going to change in a very positive way. There's a recovery of whatever difficulty it is that you've been going through right now. If this is, some sort of conflict with a person, expect an olive branch. I feel someone's reaching out to apologize and they want to heal a situation. I feel this kind of makes you feel good about the situation. I feel there is, especially with the star there, a potential to repair this, but I feel like you're putting it behind you and you're not allowing it to affect you any further. I feel like you're influencing your own life and you're not allowing this person to influence you in any shape or form, even though they give an olive branch. For some of you, this is about you looking at losses and wins in life. Sometimes we win, sometimes we learn. We don't lose out on things. We actually are either directed towards something greater, protected from something that perhaps was potentially not good for us later on, or, things are removed so that we can have what is right for us. So we have to acknowledge that we learn from situations that are not meant for us, and we have to accept that as well. And sometimes that can be hard to accept. The Three of Swords is a card of silver linings is what I'm getting. It's like the thing that is potentially hurting you, because some of you are looking at things or people or situations that hurt you right now, and it means that there's a bit of a restructure going on. Those things or people or situations that tend to hurt you or misunderstand you or misguide you or underestimate you, they're being removed at this time so that you can be free from their negative influence, especially if you've got someone in your life that when you have a plan and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this thing. And they go, yeah, it's kind of good, but I mean, not many people make that. And, it's really hard and maybe you should just stay in your lane. And you're like, what? Okay, don't put a negative spin on it. Even though you're still really stoked to go off and do what you're going to do, it's almost like this nagging feeling at the back of you, like, why did they say that thing? Why are they so negative? They're always so negative. So you may actually remove yourself from their company or just not tell them what you're up to so much because you feel like somehow their negative words influence. And I feel a lot of you are looking at the power of your words because remember, words are spelt. They are spellings and they're cast out to the universe. and they connect to vibrations, and whatever it is that you're thinking about, you tend to bring about. So I feel like you're taking charge of your thoughts right now and commanding a more positive energy. And of course, your outcome is the Prince of Wands, which is the equivalent of the Knight of Wands. Determination, new adventures, independent, creative, high-spirited, headstrong, and unstoppable in all your endeavors. But also this is about you after a period of feeling either lethargic or drained because you're so busy and you're just so tired, or even that Four Cups, when it came out, it's like you're so fed up of some of the things that have been going on. It's like enough is enough. So now you're taking charge and saying, okay, I'm going to rise up and move away from these things. You're here to innovate and change your life in a way that is really positive. This is a card of success. It's a card of domination. It's a card of overcoming the obstacle, being in your power, and moving towards greater things. It's also about taking a risk on something. But it's a calculated risk because you have the Princess of Swords there, which is like you've thought of something for a long time and now you're putting it into action and it's going to be successful and you're excited to get it up and running. Also, this card, it is a card of entrepreneurship. So some of you, it could be that you're setting up your own business alongside something that you do that is comfortable, stable, something that maybe you do like day to day. Maybe you're setting something else up on the side. But it also is a card of you like, even though life has tried to get you down, you're not allowing it to keep you down. It feels like you're getting back on the horse and you're taking charge of your energy and you are going places and you're trusting in your vision. And I basically feel like you're remaining true to your visions and you're making those visions become your reality. I'm being given an energy of just before bed, just before you go to sleep. Rather than think about that thing that someone said to you about 5 years ago and dissect it, or the shopping list that you need to do to the next day, or what you have done that particular day, processing things, think about something that you really want to accomplish like you have it now, like you just lived it, and be grateful for it and say thank you for it. And just then, drift off to sleep, visioning that thing or that lifestyle, and watch the universe remove obstacles from your path to make it happen for you. Okay? Yeah, look, you got the card of the wish maker. So, you've set something in motion already that is going to be delivered, that is a wish coming true for you. For some of you, there's a lover's moon there, but if we apply it to like a general situation, this could mean that what your heart is vibing at right now is going to attract what you truly desire. Yes, things are hard right now, but if we always think about how hard it is, then things will just get harder and we start to lose the momentum because we just feel that things are just always going to be challenging. But if we start to strategize an easier way or look at a problem and say, you know what, okay, most people would see this as a problem, but I am going to see a solution in this. And as soon as you start to approach your life in that way, things just start to work in an easier fashion. Now, your final cards there, we have Wishmaker. And it says, your wish will be granted, possibilities, dreams, and in alignment. And that's what your whole reading was about. So I'm quite excited to see that. We've also got the Lover's Moon. If you're in a relationship already, I feel like, your partner could surprise you by introducing new things into your relationship, new adventures. But also I see them opening up a little bit more. Not that they're not open already. I just see a different way of communicating that is clear. And it just feels like there is a deepening of the connection because of it. So I feel like both of you take charge of problems together. You're like a team. Okay, and it says here, the Lover's Moon, romance is about to come into your life. So if you are single, it did come up briefly there. I do see that you'll meet someone. Relationships, love, and romance. But this is more about what you love doing. It's about romancing your life in some way in order to keep it interesting, to reignite that spark. Okay, so whatever it is that you are thinking you'd like to do right now, whether it's like a hobby or learning something or major lifestyle changes, movement. These cards can be movement cards. So some of you may be wanting to relocate. Everything is a possibility and you're here to make it happen. And don't think about how you're going to get there. Strategize the first steps and work with the resources that you've got right now, and everything else falls into place. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune for you. We have a closed book. So this can really connect to the sunglasses energy where you know, you are requiring private time right now, or you are journaling in some way. This could also indicate that you're closing out a chapter of your life and you're really excited to move on to the next one. But also books represent knowledge. So you are the student of life. You're constantly learning and you're applying it to your situation. And we've also got the arrow, which means you're also a warrior. You've been through some stuff. You sacrifice a lot and you are on the up. That you will achieve your goal. You are right on target. Okay. You may even see lots of arrows in the next coming weeks and months, pointing in different directions. I feel this is to highlight to you that you are heading in the right direction, but also I feel it's a symbol that you're going to receive some really great news that you're going to be very excited about, and it sets things in motion. It gives you opportunities, and I feel very excited for you. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates. If you would like to enter a competition to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is write in the comments box below, love is the answer, and I will be drawn by my guides to one subscriber to win that free personal reading. I will upload a video at the end of August to announce the winner's name, so please keep your notification bell on because you'll want to be notified in case it's your name, and then that will give you direct access to open up a dialogue with me, and I'll get that reading to you, okay? So thank you so much, my beautiful Capricorn, and love and light.